Bounty rotating in and the Darks are off lane drawing attention to themselves, and then
Nyx still loses to Prophet though. That's the issue.
Yeah. The reason I think Nyx is weird is because
Edict, they just start running him down with Leshrac and Bane just hitting him because they want to bait out the Surge and then Nightmare. And then ultimately they take it down to about half
mid one, real trouble, Fear initiating in, and now he's going to actually consume up the very fire. The bottom will arrive, but he can't get the charge off in time. EG will take first blood. Ohio is coming down under the cover of that invis room, but if he just went in, actually nothing would have happened. Sumail's completely out of mana. But that's just EG waiting for the right time, and mid one getting caught out.
I really didn't think they would be able to get this kill with those two heroes. It's very impressive how Sumail has managed to play this lane so far. He's played it pretty evenly up against the Viper, and obviously has been able to set up just a little bit of damage before Fear rotates in, and it's good enough to be able to get that kill. And since this was the lane EG were supposed to lose, now that they got the first blood in that lane and Sumail is looking good on levels, honestly, this was the biggest concern for me for EG's draft early on, and they've overcome that part already.
When Sumail actually hits level 6, do you even want him to stay here in the middle lane, or is there someone else that should rotate into the mid? Is that like when PPD, for example, gets some space to get levels? Because it's very difficult to put anyone else in there up against the Viper.
Fear could also get his track that way. Lane in the mid lane, because, you know, him being mid...
Oh, Ohio, top lane, it started again. All the boys in the panel called it. Hits the invis into Iron Shell, and the damage started on Ohio. And EG also have a lineup which it wouldn't be too difficult just to slip inside the Roche pit. Or they just keep farming, stacking, mid one again. Sumail, this time it's Vendetta attack. Fear will come as well. And we've basically got the Invis Bash Brothers just rotating across the map, finding anyone they want to kill. And Viper, who's normally difficult to kill, he read it. Like, they know that Fnatic are going to be pushing in this top lane. Surprisingly, though, they leave Arteezy up here. And with the Sprout, they got pretty damn good vision of him. The Treants kind of stopped chasing Arteezy into the trees. He's not TPing out just yet. In fact, he's wrapping around behind. And Sumail surged forward, looking for a target, sitting inside Vendetta. DJ dropping very, very low. The Paralyzing cast as well. Mushi can't escape from this one. They back him back in again. DJ will drop Ohio. He was sent back by the Tennis. The last-ditch effort. And Ohio, he can't even do that. The body will be sent home to his family as Net. He's also now managed to grab the aggro of the creep wave, and he's got Fear hot in his tail. Janata's off cooldown. All they gotta do is just rip into Net. They may be able to reach him though. Like, the phase boots are there from Fear, but he doesn't want to trigger them.
Oh, he went phase.
Wrap around the town. They had creep wave on top of it. They weren't really seeing EG, but like, they're still playing up against double invis. This Nyx Assassin and Bounty Hunter. And again, here comes the gank. They go after DJ, and they'll find him. There's going to start to be track kills coming the way of EG, and the money will just start to skyrocket. Especially as they'll start pushing down buildings as well, because they still haven't taken a tier 1 tower. But you knew what they were going to get into and how they would execute it. And this Nyx Assassin pick is just, it's paid off after the Viper died. That was one thing that probably EG couldn't bank on, like the non-corrosive skin build. Then now DJ, here we go again. Net's in the neighborhood. They need to try and save DJ, but they cannot do it. But they will see Sumail. The dust went out, so they both have a vision on Sumail as well as Fear if they can keep up with them. And Ohio TPs himself in a little bit further forward, but now the Sprout actually blocks up the rest of his teammates. They have to run around the tree line. And this actually helps Sumail to escape. Sumail actually carrying that quelling blade, so he's able just to get himself outside of the Sprout. And both Fear and don't make any kind of plays. Like, maybe if the Viper actually had a better time in mid and you had a mech, then this 5-man push from Fnatic would be a hell of a lot scarier. Like, you wouldn't even want to go into a team fight if you're EG, let alone have the option to actually find pickoffs. But now they're going to go. Sumail finds the stun over on Net, the follow-up from Arteezy. They get another one. Fear, he was trapped inside the Sprout for a short period of time. Again, they go with the dust as Mushi actually isolates Fear up near the Ancients. He's going to find that pickoff himself. As Ohio, DJ, and mid one, they're all chasing after a new target. A double stun from Sumail. Actually give space for Arteezy to escape once again. With the army of Treants, the Chen army behind him, and Edict coming back off cooldown, Mushi is still very defensive on the back line. He's refusing to show himself, while the tier 2 tower is slowly being whittled away. The fortification will wear off Arteezy. They found Ohio Sumail. Again, the double stun with the impale, but Ohio is protected by the knife for a moment, and it's back from Universe. Absolutely perfect. Elisa's Earth will stop that death ward. The Fnatic are going to lose absolutely everyone in the mid lane. It's a double kill for Arteezy, almost a full team wipe, and it probably will be. Nyx Assassin's got the blink so he can catch up to Net, and they will find it. A full team wipe up against Fnatic. EG with a great fight, and Fnatic, they looked good. They looked in a position, or at least a position they wanted. 614 gold injected into him. And that's actually huge for Mushi. Now he's only 400 gold away from completing up the BKB, which gives him the ability to stand during the EG fights. Apart from mid one who's dead again. That didn't take long.
The BKB is the correct item choice, I think, but he can't stand in the middle of the fight. He dies to Death Ward and to be honest.
It does.
So I'm gonna have to go with that.
Net. Interesting engagement. Net's gonna actually dust up Fear, and Fear's gonna track up Net. As Net walks back over to the ledge to receive Sumail, blinks himself forward. They're just chasing after him. With the extra Dagon damage from Sumail, he has enough to find that pick off before Fnatic can really do anything. And
They got the track off. I think Chen's dead too.
they may even lose the Chen army on the boot. DJ, there's Sumail right behind him. Movement speed. There's just no way to stop EG from chasing you down like this, and again Ohio, like he's the only one that could potentially relieve the pressure of Fnatic by forcing EG to come back to the top lane.
Oh, this army's gonna go down now. Sven actually using the God Strength for this. I think that might be a little bit of an overkill. There's no way of resummoning them for 20 seconds, and now they can't use the God Strength for high ground.
It might have been a misclick as well.
But I mean, it's not. It doesn't really matter that much. If EG's game plan isn't to push high ground yet, they could just use this to farm another wave.
It looks like they're gonna try
efficiency, and
they're actually gonna battle against split push. Arteezy gets BTs over on this Sven, so he can come back. Ohio top lane, Fear of the Sprout, but of course he still had the vision thanks to the track. So Ohio has been doing the best he possibly can to keep that top lane pressured and EG back, but you knew it was gonna bite him in the butt at some point. Especially when Mushi as well as mid one now walk underneath the Dire Observer Ward into the Dire jungle. They're very, very visible. And Fear in Universe, yep, there it is, the Iron Shell over on Fear, surging him in so he can catch up to mid one. The Iron Shell damage starts over on mid one, and he realizes he can't get himself away. Universe will come over, they got a double Iron Shell, that's a really good stun though, with a follow from Mushi, the lightning damage, but of course, you've already got the Greaves up. And Mushi has to BKB to get himself out of here.
Yep.
With the TP. That's it's kind of weird, like, I don't know what they were trying to achieve, moving those two big cores up into EG's jungle, just after they also lost their profit on that top lane.
they're getting desperate. They feel like they need to find something, and they're not wrong. That was probably not the way to do it. You know, the whole map is so scary to move on. Maybe you want to try to.
That side has to really play.
I wish them all the luck in the world for this fight.
Well, the only
they're gonna need it, I think.
The only buyback they've got is over on the Naked Prophet, which is even worse because Arteezy, he can just buy back and BT back in if he wants to. Now the attack, Arteezy with a Stormbolt, only a mid one, but he is first up with the Iron Shell mid one. The Hand of God cannot keep him alive. Arteezy is stunned up. They forced off away to safety as PPD letting Deathward rip a lot of damage into DJ, but no real killers. 1399, he goes down. You got 1453 on that crit. Okay, you cannot repel physical damage of that magnitude. EG take the game 24/7 against Fnatic, and oh my, it took until that last little attack with Fnatic to actually admit this is over.
And realistically, if you look at over the course of the game, it's felt like since minute 10, you had a good feeling that EG were winning this game, and